Jim Sterling must be setting his keyboard ablaze as I speak. I mean, right. Here's what I don't get. People are frustrated with Nintendo because they don't want to be forced into buying classic games more than once. But they're also mad that they no longer have the chance to play old Nintendo games once more. Why? You played some of the games, chances are you still have some of those NES games, or hell, you've played them on the computer in one way or another. You could even practically play them better on computer with the controller you prefer. The NES Classic was undoubtedly manufactured on a budget. Small body, short controller cords, limited quantities. But I know why this is, and I have said this earlier. The whole point of the NES Classic was to garner interest in the Switch, and it worked. Nintendo wanted a first month of strong sales, and the fact that the NES Classic was rare to come by made the Switch much more sought after for consumers. They pre-ordered every unit and Nintendo managed to match demand with their supply. It's no question that they were worried that it might not have sold well. Like the Wii U, they knew their backs were up against the wall and there was doubt that the Switch would be a hot commodity, but it's now a popular game system for the time being, and they owe it to the scarcity of the NES Classic. If the NES Classic was available everywhere, and everybody was able to buy one, Nintendo would have made a huge mistake. The NES Classic, a $60 console with 30 games built into it. Why in the blue hell would they be selling such system when they have their next big system coming out in 3 months? That would be like the Sega 32X and Saturn. If they did that, that would have been so stupid, because there's much more appeal in a nostalgia plug-and-play console with a library of built-in games that you know are great. That is $300 cheaper than a new console that doesn't come with any games. Think about that. The Switch would flop, and while the NES Classic would sell like gangbusters, wouldn't you rather sell the pricier hardware? I mean, you can't buy games for an NES Classic. So it's not really a big deal. How long do people plan on using it really? It was never meant to be a serious revenue stream for Nintendo. Their main focus has to be making games for the Switch as well as the 3DS still for the time being. There are some people that think this is about the piracy, but just remember that this announcement was made just when they announced the Switch's first month figures. To the people that wanted an NES Classic to collect, then well, sorry that you weren't able to get one, but around this time next year, it's not going to matter anyway. If you have one, chances are you'll be done playing with it anyway. If you don't have one, chances are you won't care about getting one.